Hi everybody, it's Kelly Holland from Divinity Designs. Thank you for joining us for our Tuesday's tutorials. Today I'm here to tell you about our accordion card with layers die. And this is it. So let me show you the back. This is the die. And although this is a simple fold and it can be done with your paper cutter and trimmer, it's so much easier to have it as a die, and the die cuts for you and it scores for you, and it also cuts all your layers. Each of these sections has its own layer, so all the work is done for you and all you have to do is design. So let me show you the card. So this one I made a belly band on, and I'll show you the belly band later, but I'm going to take it off, and this is the basic design. It just opens up and it's just a fun fold. And we're going to show you how to make that today. So let's get started. So here we have the accordion card cut out with a piece of white cardstock. I do recommend at least 100-pound cardstock for any card bases generally, because it's so much stronger and you don't get a bend in your card. It stands up nice and straight, and you'll see that it does show the score lines, and that's going to tell you where to fold on your scores and then to fold your card up. This card does require a 12-inch piece of cardstock, which I'll show you now. I have it in purple. So all I did is I cut it a 12-inch piece of cardstock in half, so it's 12 by 6. So here I have it set up on my plates. I do have the larger Gemini. And because it's 12 inches, you'll want to line it up, and you're going to have to tape it in place. That way it doesn't shift and you'll get the full cut. So you just use some basic tape, or you can use the repositional tape. I just had this handy, so I'm grabbing it. And you'll line it up and tape just the bare edges. That way you're not going to tear off big chunks of the cardstock when you take your tape off. If you use reposition, it'll work a lot better. So you're going to run that through your die cut machine, and when it comes out, you'll have it cut and scored. Now, if you have a regular size machine, you're going to have to run it through, shift it forward, and then cut the other side out. So same thing, you're going to line it up right on the cut lines, tape it in place, you'll run it through, and then you'll shift it forward and run the other side through, like that. And you'll get the same result with the whole piece cut out and with the score lines. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out our layering dies. These are the layering dies, and for my card, I had chosen the Floral Favorites. So let's do that. These are the papers. If you don't want to use 3 papers, you could use different pieces of cardstock and cut it out with those. So now I've laid my layering dies down on the cardstock, and since I wanted to have a lot of the flowers showing, I put them in a position where the flowers would be cut out. Then you tape them down with either Scotch tape or repositional tape. And this is really nice because it's real easy to pull off, much better than Scotch tape, and it doesn't tear. So I'll cut these out. So now I have my layering pieces lined up into the sections they will go. You can see this piece is repetitive, and I don't really like that, so I'm going to flip it. And although it's sort of upside down, it's not that noticeable, and I think it just flows better. Now I've added adhesive to all my pieces, and I'll assemble it. I do recommend a strong tape when you make cards, especially when you're giving it to a really nice special card like one of the folded cards or anything 3D. You don't want it to fall apart, and a lot of times those little cheap tape runners, they don't hold up very well. So either a good score tape, or you can use a good strong glue also, like our Barely Art glue. Now my layers are attached, and we're going to fold on all the score lines. You can use a bone folder if you like for a nice crisper score. Fold this one over and then this one back. So there you have it. And now we just need to decorate it. For the largest panel, I'll be using the scalloped rectangles and the rectangles layered together. For this top white panel, I used our new products. They're called foiling plates. They're all metal, there's no cut lines in them. And I used this color foiling to achieve the effect. You will need a foiling machine to be able to do this. There's several on the market. You would just Google foiling machines and you would find some. I like to use the Gemini foil press. It works great. Then on top of that, we're going to add this cross, which is part of our new Sunburst and Cross die duos. That'll go on top. And that cross is used using the cross foiling plate and the die. And for the cross, I've used this color foil. And this is the shine you get from the foiling. It's just beautiful. And you can see there's a little piece that got inside. It's okay because the cross covers it. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I could get the shine on there. I just love it. So here we have it all together. Let me give you another look at that beautiful foiling. Now you can decorate each of these sections, and at the end of the video we will have card samples from our design team which do have decorations, but I'm going to add a belly band to mine, so I wanted to keep the decorations simple inside the card and put more for the belly band, which we'll go over. This is the belly band die. It comes with the belly band, and then also comes with the layers. You can see I've cut out the belly band, and then I've cut out the layers using the same Floral Favorites paper pad to match the card. The belly band is very useful for any kind of thick card or a folded card. It just helps to hold it together, and also adds another layer of elements of decorating. So you can see it just adds more style to the card. So this is what we're going to be making next. I'm going to go ahead and add adhesive to my layers and put them on the belly band. So you'll notice on our belly band die, there's 2 scores in each section. And that is so when you fold the belly band, it doesn't squish your card when you put it together. You have 2 scores and you score on both. That way it creates a little gap, and that takes care of the width of the card. So you can see how thick the card is. So that takes up that extra space and gives you a nice fold. So you can see that little fold and little area created. So what we're going to do now is fold up the card, lay the card inside, fold on here, fold it tight. I already have adhesive there. I've taken the tape off, line it up, and push down. See how nice that slides on and off. Now we're going to go ahead and decorate our belly band. You can tell from the shine on the Easter word that this is made using foil. We have a new set called Easter Foiling Die Duo. You get the die and the foiling plate, and then you also get a bunch of rectangles and a bunch of the smaller words that coordinate with the set. You also have the option of using our Easter Stamp Die Duo, which contains stamps, the die, and the layer, which looks like that. And when you put them together, you have a nice Easter word that you could coordinate with the stamps. We'll be using the double Pierce vintage labels and the vintage labels cut out of cardstock and out of the same Floral Favorites paper, and we put them all together. I've also added a flower center with some leaves and greenery, and that's from our Bitty Blossoms die set. I cut out 3 flowers, a couple of the branches, and then 3 leaves, layered the 3 flowers, scrunched it all up, added a pearl from Want to Scrap. You go to the website, they have a whole bunch of different kinds. And then I glued it everything to the front of the belly band. Then you just take your completed belly band and put it over the front of your card. Take it off, open it up. You could add any kind of messages in there. Fold it up. back on. And there you have it, the accordion card with layers die. I hope you enjoy our design team samples. Thanks for joining us.